Good afternoon, YouTube. Duty Ron here again with a quick video. I hate to do these kind of videos, but unfortunately, that's what's happening. That's what's going on in this day and age. We got a bunch of craziness going on in the US of A. Another shooting in a Mississippi Walmart. I hate to go live and talk about this, but this is what's happening here in um, in the USA. This morning at around 6:55 a.m. on Mississippi time in the town of South Haven community. The largest community in the state of Mississippi of 49,000. A disgruntled employee went into the Walmart and began shooting. Two people dead. The gunman has been shot by a responding police officer, and a police officer was saved by his bulletproof vest. And active shooter training came into place here in this incident. Hello, Shelly. Good to see you. Yeah, Nature's Beauty. Unfortunately, again, it's a tough conversation to have, but this is what's happening. Hi, Miss Me. How are you? Good to see you. Thanks for joining. Dylan, good to see you, Duty Blue. So, looks like early this morning, around 6:55 a.m., Papa Frank, I agree. Not necessarily with the open carry. I agree with concealed carry. Open carry, in my eyes, is dangerous because you become a potential victim if you're outnumbered by 3 or 4 bad guys that could wrestle your gun away from you. I believe in concealed carry, definitely not open carry for safety reasons. So good to see you. Hello. Good to see everyone assembled here. Thank you for so much coming in. German Shepherds is a good weapon. He's a great watchdog. That Riley is fantastic. Stephanie, yes. Again, another shooting. Kate Watts, good to see you. Hello, hello, Alina, good to see you. Thank you for joining. Jay Hart, Polka Dot Susan, Frank, Starlight, good to see you. Thank you for joining. Hello, Daphne. So it looks like a disgruntled employee in a Walmart in the suburbs near Mississippi Tennessee border, the town South Haven, South Haven, Mississippi. It was a Walmart. It might have been a 24-hour Walmart because it was early in the morning. Disgruntled employee came in and opened fire. Responding police, who were trained in active shooters scenarios, engaged immediately instead of waiting outside and getting tactical advantage. They rushed into the location, engaged the shooter. The officer was shot in his bulletproof vest. That saved his life, and he shot the perpetrator, ending the threat. However, the gunman did shoot and kill 2 employees. Hello, Addie's mom. Good to see you. Thanks for joining. So it looks like it was a disgruntled grievance employee. He went after the manager, and I'm assuming that he shot the manager. The mayor has given a press conference. They're 24 hours around by me too, but I don't know, throughout the country if that's how they operate. It was a disgruntled employee. I don't know if he was already fired or was going to be fired. I don't have the particulars on it, but the suspect was engaged by responding police officers from the surrounding area. The officer took 1 or more shots to his bulletproof vest, and he was saved by his vest. So bulletproof vests save police officers' lives. It's a fact. It's a known fact. So hello, Official Rack. Good to see you. Some do, some don't. There you go, James. So hello, Joe. Good to see you. Thanks for coming in. Anyone know why he was fired? Ryan, we don't know. We don't know. Hello, Meg. Good to see you, Meg Lowe, in the building. So, Castro, good to see you. Thank you for joining. My friend from the Philippines. There he is. Everyone check out his channel. Let me just share this on a public post real quick, and then we'll get right back into it. I'm going to talk to you guys briefly about what I think should be put into place to try to help stop these types of scenarios from going on. And again, these type of scenarios are very difficult to fight and to stop, but it takes a lot of resources to do this. That's the reason why there's not an armed person in every location, because it costs upwards as high as 50 or more dollars per hour for armed security guards. You know, a regular security guard without a gun is a $15 an hour guy here in the Northeast. That's the going rate, around $15 for a regular security guard. But a security guard without a gun, in this instance, is just another victim in my eyes. So, so at the end of the day, an unarmed security guard really doesn't do anything for protection. I'm just creating a community post here, guys. Yeah, so the rate varies, but what I'm saying is you know, to pay an armed security guard in every location across America is would just it would just cost trillions of dollars a year. It would cost trillions of dollars a year. But we're towing the line where we're gonna be looking at, that's gonna be the only places where you can feel remotely safe. You know, you have situations where schools, universities, places of higher education, you know, universities, high schools, grade schools, kindergarten. We have almost every place that we can think of in the United States has been fallen victim to mass shootings, nightclubs, concerts. It's just, for me, it's mind-boggling that the federal government or somebody, the powers that be, do not step in and put a plan in place, you know, where it's a federally mandated that you have armed security at, you know, major locations. And look at even our houses of worship. Nobody's safe even when you go to pray. Nice to meet you, Michelle. Thank you so much for coming in. You know, you think about it. You go to pray at a house of worship and you can't even pray in peace. You know, whether you're Muslim, whether you're Catholic, whether you're a Jew, you know, you have to worry about, you know, about your safety while you're praying. It's a sad situation. So I just tweeted it out. I'm just going to listen to a little bit of my local news. Thank you for the prayers there. Truth Teller, online shopping and online grocery will be picking up business. Yeah, I agree, Truth Teller. I agree. This is a conversation that's not comfortable to have, but unfortunately, we have to have it. And in my eyes, if I'm a business owner or if I own a major corporation like Walmart that's making billions of dollars in revenue every year, or millions, whatever their numbers are, I don't know what their numbers are, but Walmart is a big company. You know, Amazon's a big company. So some of these places that are taking in millions and millions of dollars a year, what would it take for them to have a budget of say $300,000 for the year and have armed security at the locations? What would it take off of their profit? It wouldn't take much. I think I got the flu from one of my patients. I'll catch you next time. Miss Me, I hope you feel better. Much love and respect to you and for what you do in your job. I appreciate everything that you do, and thanks for being a friend. Hey, VYC Stephanie, good to see you. Thank you for joining. Anyone here to grow up? Well, okay. Anyways, all right. So listen, we're gonna keep it on topic. There's been a shooting in Mississippi, the Mississippi-Tennessee border, and it looks like from everything that we've collected information-wise, a disgruntled employee, again. The timing is, you know, kind of crazy because we just are getting over the shooting over in California at the Garlic Festival. We talked about that 2 nights ago, and here we are then in 2 more days. Hey, what's up, Trump winning? Good to see you. Thank you for joining. So, you know, here we are talking again about, you know, another shooting. As a retired law enforcement professional, we need to secure up our houses of worship, our schools, our places of business, and we need to be able to be safe in where we go. If you go to the shopping mall, we don't want to expect to get shot up at the mall. We don't expect to get shot and killed while we're praying. You know what I mean? So we can't, you know, back down from this. We need to take action, and something needs to change, and something needs to change quick. Because if we don't do something, or something, if the plan is not put in place soon, there's going to be more of this type of stuff. And I know that to be a fact. Good to see you, Winky. How are you? Good to see you. Hi, Beth. Hi there. Thank you so much for joining, guys. If you guys don't mind, please hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, share it out onto your social media. Let's get it out there. Thank you for joining. Let's get it out there to Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook, if you guys don't mind. Here in New Zealand, we're with our strict gun laws. We still had a crazy man shoot. Yeah, over at the mosque. Right. It's just, nowhere are we completely safe. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that. Lena A is the screen name. I know that, from Facebook it's different, but I'm calling you out on your YouTube screen name. Good to see you, Alexis. Thank you so much for joining. Joe, I'm flying to New York in 2 weeks, unarmed, and I hate it. Well, get your HR 218 and you can carry it over here, Get the HR 218, brother. It is very unfortunate. It's a conversation that you really don't want to have. But unfortunately, I don't even feel comfortable when I send my kids out. I have grown adults. Hello, Jasmine Entertaining. Good to see you. Thanks for joining. I have grown adult children. And when they go out and say, Dad, I'm going to go to a concert. I'm going to go to EDC concert. I'm going to go to this concert. I'm going to go down to Miami. I'm going to take a plane. I'm going to go down to this one. I get in the back of my head, I get nervous. I don't tell them about it. But here I am as a parent thinking, I don't want to send my adult kids to a concert because I'm worried about a shooting. That's effed up. That's really not cool, that we go through this, We shouldn't have that happening. Hope you guys' day is going well. Joshua H is here. Everyone pick up Joshua H. Subscribe to his channel. He is instrumental in all of everything Duty Ron. He helped me build my website. He helped me do the graphics on my logo. This is a friend from Periscope and from here on YouTube that everyone should subscribe to. Joshua H is a great guy. If you want website building or anything online technical, he's your man to help you with it. Polka Dot Suzanne, my son, who is a cop, always carries. I'm carrying right now. I carry everywhere I go. Thank you, Castro. Thank you so much for sharing. I greatly appreciate that. What about retired truth teller? I was just going to get to that. Truth teller, I was going to tell you that right now. Retired police officers, detectives, veterans, people of the military, they all have talent, guys. They all have a talent, and their talent is that they know how to protect people safely. So you're already going to be hiring someone who has, hold on a second, who has experience in the field. So the training would be minimal for that guy or girl. The training would be minimal for that guy or girl. They've already received training from the government if they're the military. They've already received training from the police department if they're a retired police officer. And I feel that those would be qualified candidates to keep us safe with our children. If we go out with our children, if you're a mom, if you're a mother or a father of young kids and you want to go out with your kids and take them to the mall, you want to be able to be safe. If you're not safe when you travel out to our regular places that we go, then the terrorist type atmosphere, they win. You know what I'm saying? Katina, good to see you. Thank you for joining. Thank you to everybody that's come on into the live stream. And, basically, I'm just trying to throw out ideas here. These are basic ideas. Life of MC, thank you so much for the PHP. Thank you for the super chat. Love and respect to you. Everyone subscribe and check out Life of MC. She runs a really great channel. She has all different things for the ladies, all different things for the men. I would recommend each and every one of you go and subscribe to Life of MC. Matty Boy, good to see you, Matt. Thanks for joining. December of 65, it was a great year. Good to see everyone. Aaron, thank you for moderating. Thank you for positively interacting in the comments. This is an unfortunate situation that is becoming common, everyday conversation in America and all throughout the world, as a matter of fact. And this is a very unfortunate situation, guys. I don't want to go live and speak about this, but unfortunately, this is what is going on in front of us. This is what's happening in front of us. It's a sad, sad situation, but like I said, as parents, we should be able to send our kids to school and not have to worry about them. There's a ton of young parents out there. There's a ton of parents like me who already raised their children to adults, and you still shouldn't have to be worried about it. Two more losses of life that is completely unnecessary and could have been avoided if there was an armed security guard at that Walmart location. Now, to put an armed security guard at every Walmart would be costly, but how do we put a price tag on people's lives? You can't put a price tag on anyone's life. So as far as I see it, we should be able to get our federal government to fund partially the armed guard initiative throughout America, throughout the country. We should be able to get federal funding in part, and then the companies, which are making millions and sometimes billions of dollars, should fund it as well. It should be like a subsidized funding, just like we have, Social Security, welfare, food stamps. All of those subsidies are necessary and for people who need it, right? But we as Americans who are tax-paying citizens, we deserve to be able to be safe when we travel freely about our country. And if we're not safely traveling, the government's got to step in, and we need our companies who are listen, Walmart, Amazon, all these big companies, Overstocked, Best Buy, all of these companies that are out there, they are making millions of dollars in profit. Matty Boy, good to see you. Thanks for joining. They're making millions and millions of dollars in profit. What would it take for them to just institute a security program where you can ensure that your employees and your customers are safe? Because I think here in this case, I'm not 100% sure, but I think in this case, it was a disgruntled employee that went after a manager that probably fired him because he was not a good worker, or whatever the case may be. We don't know. So thank you guys for interacting with each other while I get my point across. I'm not intentionally ignoring comments, but it's when I start answering comments, I kind of lose my train of thought. So just please excuse me on that. There you go, Rick. I mean, that's another concept that you look at it right there, But it's got to be in part federally funded through our government, so that we can have a nationwide plan, a nationwide plan. Hello, Garfield. Good to see you. Think about everyone about to go to Walmart for school supplies shopping. Yeah, it could cause a lot of major anxiety throughout the world. I don't know. By a show of hands, just put a 1 in the chat if you get a little anxiety when you hear about this stuff about going out or sending your kids or your grandkids out. If anybody has just a little bit of anxiety, put a 1 in the chat. I just would like to see how many people here, there's 108, how many people experience. I can put a 1 in the chat. I'm going to do that myself right now. I'm putting a 1 in the chat. Let's see how many number ones we get. So there's a lot of people, I'm not saying over the top anxiety, but it's in the back of your mind. Like I said, when my sons tell me, oh, Dad, I'm going to go to Miami for a music festival, I think about that, West Side Girl, they should have a security program, a thing in place where, when someone's let go, that there's special attention, that there's a security guard there that is armed, that can handle this stuff. Okay, so a lot of 1s in the chat. Katrina, good to see you. Thank you for joining, Katrina. Thank you to Life of MC for sending out that generous super chat from the Philippines. Everyone go subscribe to Life of MC, and also check out my good friend Katrina Catress. Check out Aaron Leahy. Check out all the good ones that are in here that are running channel. Jasmine Entertains. She's a great young girl. She does mukbangs and eating broadcasts with her sister and with her she incorporates her family in there. She has a young child. She's a great account that I just started following in the last couple of weeks. So Jasmine Entertains is a great account for you guys to follow and check out. Subscribe to her and see what she's got. She's really cool. She just, I think, celebrated her 24th birthday. So she's a young mom who is also, this pertains to her. I know she's here because this is a concern. She has a child. She may have in the future more, and this is a concerning thing for us parents and for everybody out there, for everyone for that matter. Even if you don't have children, you never had kids, and you're just, trying to get through life. This is a big concern for safety for all of us, and this is going on way too long. And I feel like our government, we pay our taxes, every year I pay so much in taxes. Take some of that money. I would love to write a letter to the president and say, take some of that money and put some money aside and put a program in place so we could send our kids to school safely. We could go shopping. We could go to entertainment. We could go and pray at the houses of worship and not have to worry about it, Yeah, Terry, I mean, no disrespect, but an unarmed guard is just like a sitting duck. It's a sitting duck, you know? It's like auxiliary police. We had an auxiliary police officer killed in New York like 4 years ago. He was in uniform, and it looked just the auxiliary police who back up. They don't get paid. They back up the NYPD. They have uniforms on that. If you don't know, you would look at them and you would think that they're a cop. It was a gunman. They saw him. He robbed a pizza place. He was leaving. He saw this auxiliary cop, and he just executed him. So a security guard, just like another civilian standing there. They don't have any tools in their tool shed to stop a shooter, Same thing at schools. When schools say, oh, we can't have guns, we can't have armed guys at our schools, well, then what do we got? You got no protection for the kids. If you resist having and there's so many people that are against it, having armed guards at the schools, then your kids are sitting ducks, The square badge is getting shot first, of course. But if you have an armed guy who can engage an active shooter before he gets started or soon after he gets started, now you have a fighting chance. Now you're throwing the guy off, even if it's for 10 or 15 seconds. You take that risk. The guy or girl who is the armed security is putting their lives on the line. They're just as brave as any police officer or military person out there. When you take on an armed guard job, you're putting your life on the line to protect the public, just like police do, So great to see all my friends and family in here. If you're new in on my channel, I am Duty Ron. I'm a retired New York City police detective. I served 20 plus years in the New York City Police Department. I worked on patrol. I worked in the narcotics division. I worked in plainclothes. I worked in the warrant squad. I worked on the mayor's security detail. I worked in dignitary protection, and I worked in computer crime. So I worked as a detective in a lot of different areas. So I have a lot of knowledge in regards to keeping the public safe. I have a ton of training, active shooter training. I have interview and interrogation training, a whole bunch of stuff that I received through the New York City Police Department, through the Secret Service, through the U.S. Army, on interrogation, on dignitary protection. So I have a lot of tools in my tool shed that I'm using now going forward with my own security business. I'm a securities consultant. I am now working on a new contract in an Amazon type affiliate warehouse, and I'm doing exactly that, armed protection for the employees, for the executives at a big Amazon type affiliate warehouse here in the Northeast. I'm the security director of a big company contracted through my security business, and that's what I'm doing right now. So this is relevant to what's happening, what just happened in Mississippi at the Walmart. And my thoughts and prayers are with the victims who were shot and killed today, to the police officer who was shot and wounded. Brave police officer engaging the suspect, shooting him, taking him down. I don't know the condition of the shooter, but I have to say, thank God to our 9/11, the first responders, the ones that when you call 911, they respond. Our police, men and women, are out there risking their lives every day, day in and day out, for all of us. So I say thank you to the Mississippi police officer who was shot today, but he also prevented further injury, further loss of life. And I'm thankful that he did that. Jan McFanny, great to see you. Thank you so much for joining in on the broadcast. Yes, yes. You guys are lucky. You guys are lucky. So thank you to everyone. I'm not ending the broadcast, but I just want to let you guys know that I do appreciate. I thank each and every one of you for the positive interaction here. The armed officers at the Gilroy acted fast. Within 3 seconds, Mary, there was engagement with the an engagement with the gunman at the Gilroy event, at the Gilroy Garlic event. So at that shooting, within 3 to 5 seconds, that gunman was engaged because there was armed either police or security there. So that is unbelievable. That is fantastic. You could see Karen Parton. Thank you so much for the prayers and the hearts. You can see from those type of situations how important it is to have somebody armed there. So for those of you who are against good guys with guns, I'm all for good people with weapons because those are our first line of defense. Okay, I'm going to tell you a quick story. I'm not going to go into names. I'm going to go into a quick story about lieutenant, a retired lieutenant from the New York City Police Department who was online getting his son a Z-Pack. His son was sick. He went to the store, to a pharmacy. I'm not going to say the name of it. He went to a pharmacy to get a Z-Pack, that's antibiotics for his son who was sick. And while he was waiting in line, there was somebody with a gun that held up the pharmacy for oxycodone, put a gun up to the pharmacist and said, he heard it, give me all your oxycodone now, give it to me. This was years and years ago. This was a long time ago, like more than 5 years ago. He's online. He has his firearm on him because he's a retired lieutenant. Now the guy gets the oxycodone from the pharmacist. No problems, but he proceeds to now start going through the pockets of everybody online. He was robbing because he needed more money for his drug problem. That was on Long Island, yes. He proceeded to go and turn around with the gun and say, okay, take out, empty your pockets out. And the lieutenant realized that if he didn't take action, that he was going to go through his pockets and find out he's a cop and kill him. So he pulled out his weapon and fired one shot and killed the guy right there in the pharmacy. So that is how important it is to have someone who's armed. Now, that's a good guy with a gun. Katrina, thank you so much. Katrina Katras, support and respect. Duty Ron, love you. Love you right back. Thank you for that super love, Katrina. Much appreciated, much appreciated. Okay. That guy was going to go through everyone's pockets and perhaps kill somebody. That lieutenant stopped the threat. One shot and killed the guy. But I think this world is a better place without that guy running around. That's just me. You guys could you could say, oh, that's horrible, Duty Ron. But that's a guy a good guy took out a bad guy. And I don't think that guy was going to contribute anything positive to this world. Okay, I think that guy was going to continue on with his reign of terror because of his drug problem or because of whatever his problem was. It wasn't good enough that he got the drugs from the pharmacist. He felt it necessary to start robbing all the women and men that were on the line. So this is a guy but now, Lisa, pharmacies are all enclosed. You can't really get into most of them. And in the big ones like Walgreens and CVS, they have major surveillance, and some of them are still open, open windowed, but they have direct line to the police. They have a direct line to the police. They have the little buttons that they press, but still, I feel that that's another place where we need to work on. At our drug locations, we need pharmacies to have armed people in there. A year ago in my town, a police officer was shot and killed with his own gun by a 19-year-old. Those things happen, Ms. Leah. It happens. It's part of the job, part of the danger of the job. Bulletproof glass. I agree. Thank you, Jan. Thank you. So, Carolina Hillbilly 1961, that was a very good year as well. Thank you for the super chat. Thank you. Welcome into my channel. If anybody's new, let me know where you're watching from. City, state, and country, and I can give you a shout out. Sean Fitzgerald says, your channel feels like an old school cop on the beat who knows his community, and we come to you with our concerns. That's a pretty cool analogy. I like that. I actually like how that sounds. If that was a comment underneath this video, I would have pinned that. Sean, welcome in. It's the first time I'm seeing you, Sean Fitzgerald. That comment, if that was in my comment section, I would have definitely pinned that. So maybe you could copy and paste that and put it below in the comments, and that's a guaranteed pin right there. I'm like a beat cop that knows my family. Cameras are useful. They're useless, I mean. They are useless until after the fact. And then it's all over. So let's see. Kerry, welcome in. Kerry's Basaya vlog. Hello. Lisa, hello. I'm in USA, Virginia Beach. Nice to see you again, Angela Ortiz. Let's see. Who else? South Haven, Mississippi. Enjoy your channel. Thank you so much. That's where the shooting occurred, I believe. Mind over Worcester. Thank you for the links. Waiting on ads to watch. Hi, Jackie. Thank you for waiting on the ads. Thank you for everyone for being in here. Looks like we got 111. Thank you so much for joining. Hi, Ron. Why are weapons in the USA so easy to buy for everyone? They're easy to buy for everyone everywhere. It's not just the USA. I hate to break it to you. People can get weapons on the black market anywhere. So, again, shout out to all my good friends in here, all the new people, all the old continued repeat viewers in on my broadcast. Joey Brooklyn let me down today. Again, I got to call out Joey Brooklyn for being negligent. I'm going to call him right now on the phone. Hold on. Let's get Joey Brooklyn and let's see what his problem is. I'm calling Joey Brooklyn live on the air with 110 people listening. So guys, again, you know, this is a current problem within the United States. This is a current problem. Joey, I'm live with 110 people on YouTube. I'm just wondering where you are.
Oh, I'm staying nice and cool in 95-degree weather in my living room.
Okay.
That's where I am.
Well, I would respectfully, as a good friend and a brother, ask for you to please come on. I need you as a security director on my channel. And if you make one more absence, I'm going to have to fire you.
Okay, you got it.
All right.
Just send me a message though, and you know I'm there.
I sent you messages. Please look at your phone.
Okay.
I love you, Joe. I love you. He wasn't driving. He's home. He's home, Maddie. He's home, Maddie boy. So, all right. Listen, let's get back into it, guys. So, for those of you who are just joining, there was another shooting in Mississippi. This morning around 6:50 in the morning, there was a shooting in, it was the border of Mississippi and Tennessee. And in one of the larger towns at a Walmart, 2 people were shot and killed. A police officer was wounded. And we have a situation where a disgruntled employee was able to come in with an unknown type weapon and start mass shooting in this Walmart location. This is it's an unexcusable event that continually happens here in America. And I don't know about you guys, but I'm sick and tired of hearing about it. I'm sick and tired of hearing this. I feel like this has to end. This has to end sooner than later. Welcome in, Tori Hartman. Thank you so much for joining. This has to end sooner than later, but our politicians and our people who we pay our taxes to, they need to protect our citizens. And if we can't get protection from our own federal government, then we need to take matters into our own hands. The companies that employ these larger companies like Walmart, Amazon, Best Buy, Target, they need to take some of the millions of dollars that they're earning in their revenue and set aside a security budget so the managers and the workers that come to work, if they hire or fire somebody, don't have to worry about retribution and being shot while they're at work. So I feel that if the federal government can't subsidize programs, I'm not asking and I'm not saying or implying that they should pay for it all, but there should be subsidies. There should be subsidies that go into funding armed security guards at houses of worship, at places of where mass people assemble, like concerts and all of the different venues throughout the United States, where there are 2 days ago at the Garlic Festival, we had a shooting. If there was a federal program in place where it funded in part some of these armed security guards, there would have been more there. There would have been more there. And I think that's something that we need to look into. I know it's not easy to institute this type of program, but I am all for that. You have retired military, retired police officers. There's hundreds of thousands of men and women that are fully trained in public safety, in firearms safety, in firearms retention. Military people who want to work, put them to work. Put them to work at keeping all of us safe. And that's all I'm saying. So shout out to Torrey Hartman. If you guys aren't subscribed to Torrey Hartman and Joey Brooklyn's channel, there he is right there. Joey Brooklyn, my security director. Torrey Hartman, I'm honored to call a very good friend. Yeah, and Torrey, that's why the gunman was engaged in 3 seconds. The gunman was engaged in 3 seconds because there was a police detail there and there was a security detail there. But not all of these places have it. Look at what happens in the nightclubs, the nightclub shooting in Miami, these houses of worship, the mosques, the school shootings. There's no armed security at these locations. So again, subscribe to my friend Torrey Hartman, subscribe to Joey Brooklyn, all the great ones that are in here. Check them all out. I think I've spoken enough about this situation for one day. All the people who has given super chat during this broadcast, I greatly, greatly appreciate that. Thank you to all of my friends who positively interact within the community here. That's an important part of having a successful live stream. Thank you, Katrina, for the super love. Support your local police and support those serving to protect you. Love you, Duty Ron. Love you right back. Super love right from me to you, Katrina. Love and respect across the board. So, Rena, thank you for agreeing. And Life of MC, thank you for that 1,000 PHP on the super chat. Greatly appreciated. We had an all Walmart shooting in Maine. These things, listen, if I Googled it and pulled up all the shootings that have happened, there are just too many to talk about. I wouldn't want to go into all of them because to me, it's just actions speak louder than words. And I implore everyone to write to their local politician, write letters to the president if you have to, and say, we demand to be safe. We demand to be safe within our houses of worship, within our higher education system. When I send my grandchild to grade school and kindergarten and high school and college, I don't want to be worried about my grandchildren or my children. I don't want to be worried when my grown adult children tell me, Dad, I want to go to Florida to see a concert. Now in the back of my head, I tell them, go and have fun. But in my head, I'm saying, oh my God, are my kids going to be safe when they go? Are my boys, like grown boys, are they going to be okay? Like, that is outstanding, that is outrageous that we have to think about that. Tweet at the Walmarts, tweet at the your venues where there are shootings that are occurring. We have to speak about it. We have to be vocal about it because actions, our voices have to be heard. The more that we shout and scream, the more people will listen. And I feel that it is important, and it's our God-given right to be able to express how we demand to be safe. If once we can't travel and move about freely, then terrorism wins. Then they won. That's their number one goal is to instill and create fear. And once that happens, it's a wrap. It's a wrap. We're not at that point yet. We're not at that point yet because, there are still tons of armed citizens and civilians that are good guys and girls that walk around freely are good people to have in situations. When the crap hits the fan and you have a shooter, an active shooter, you want a guy like Duty Ron or you want a guy like whoever can be armed right next to you because that'll be a lifesaver for you, I agree, Premier Hell. I agree. It's out of control. It's out of control. But a good guy with a gun is much better than a bad guy with a gun. So like I said to my wife last night, when I was out to dinner last night with my wife, we had a quick bite to eat after a long day's work. We had a quick bite to eat at a small place. And I said to her, she asked me, She said, quietly, she said, do you have your gun with you? And I said, honey, I always have my gun with me. That is not even a question that you have to ask me. And you know what she said? Her next thing she said to me, she said, good, I feel safe. And this is my wife. I'm married to her 28 years. And she said to me, do you have your gun with you quietly? And, like across the table. And I said, of course I do. I always have it. And she goes, I feel safe. That's coming off the garlic festival shooting. There's fear instilled in my wife that she had to ask me if I had my gun with us. It's crazy. It's crazy. Listen, guys, thank you so much for being in here. I got to go. I got to get back in and start doing some work here. So peace and love to everyone. Subscribe to my channel. Hit the like button. Leave me a comment in the comment section. I love the comments. I love to answer them. I love to read them. Thank you to everyone who has given Super Chat, to my Patreon supporters. Love and respect to you. Thank you, Joe, for always being in here. Polka Dot Suzanne, thank you. Matty Boy, Matthew Coombs, thank you so much for being in here. Black Rose, love you. Love and respect. Karen Parton says, Duty Ron, check your donation. I definitely will check it. Anyone who's given that I missed, please, please, know that I appreciate it. Thank you so, so very much. And I go around and I support a lot of other channels as well. Most people here that know me know that I go around. Check out Premier Hell. That's a new friend of mine, Premier Hell. The channel sounds a little odd, the name, but there's a meaning behind it, and it's pretty funny. So go check him out. I always face sitting the door. I always have my eyes open, my there's a tongue twister. You know what I'm saying. Thank you so much for everyone being in here. Much love and respect from Duty Ron. Love to all of you. Take care. We'll talk to you soon. Peace.